He's said to be one of the most influential thinkers of the 20th century. George Padmore helped to set the agenda for decolonisation after the Second World War. Now, to commemorate his achievements, a blue plaque will go outside number 22 Cranley Street in Camden, the place he called home. Aisha Baksh has the story.
Honour and glory to the spirit of our brother.
An African blessing for an African political hero. Outside this block of flats in North London, the life of George Padmore is remembered. A political activist born in Trinidad, he lived at number 22 Cranley Street in Camden for nearly 20 years. There, he and other key figures helped bring about independence for African countries who were then under colonial rule.
Well, it was a hive of activities where the political arena was taking place. There was CLR James, there's Nkrumah, where they came great buddies, and therefore when he went to Ghana, he was Nkrumah's right-hand man.
After working on his ideas for African freedom in London, George Padmore went to Ghana in 1957 when it was granted independence from Britain. He became a political advisor to the man he encountered in London, Ghana's first president, Kwame Nkrumah. The campaign to commemorate his time spent in the capital was led by Jack Bueller.
George Padmore is a political giant. He's an intellectual monster. He sat in that flat and helped to decode and plot the unravelling of British colonialism in West Africa and the Caribbean. So he's a hugely important and significant figure.
Despite living in the capital of the British Empire, George Padmore was free to be a leading player in an anti-colonial and essentially anti-British movement. Former Cabinet Minister Paul Boateng saw this at first hand. He and his father, a Ghanaian activist, often visited Padmore at his London home.
There was a welcome here in progressive circles for the movement for colonial freedom. This was, as it is now, an open city, a place where politicians and activists, people in church and community mixed and came together.
And many came together on what would have been George Padmore's 98th birthday to unveil a blue plaque in his honour and to remember how a part of African history was conceived in this unassuming corner of the capital. Aisha Baksh, BBC London News.